Welcome to Truths, Proofs, and Firewater Reviews. I'm Lindsey and this is John, risking his liver to discover new whiskeys. We base our reviews on a 25-point scale, 5 points on the nose, 10 on the palate, 5 on the finish, and 5 points combined for the bottle and color of the juice. Now on to the review. Dig a tunnel, dig a tunnel. Dig a tunnel, dig a tunnel, quick before the hyena comes.
The fuck?
Dig a tunnel
Okay,
is what
no.
we do. And bourbon reviews. Hey!
You can't steal a song like that.
Not copyrighted by Lion King, Disney, or anything affiliation. Anyways, blind review turn. I'm really excited about this one.
I'm excited about it. So, she blinded me on it last night. She was sleeping. I got home from work, got a sample. I wasn't feeling great. Started getting a scratchy throat. I smelled it. I'm like, Opened it up, smelled it, poured it in the glass. Loved the smell, so I had to get on with it. It smells great. I lost my notes. Did you steal my notes?
Sure did.
So, right away, it's fruity. I get pear. Not
You don't
one I
get
get
pear very often.
No, I do every now and then, but it's got like that. It's similar to apple, but it's like more toned down, but I don't know.
Okay.
That's a tough one to describe.
Yeah.
I also get cherry and raspberry. A berry that's not sweet, a little sour. I don't know why. I like
that's
it.
Weird. Okay.
A little minty. Very, very pleasant oak. This is perfectly balanced on oak on the nose. Very aromatic. Vanilla bean. Pretty good amount of alcohol. It's definitely going to be higher proof. A little sweet floral. I don't know my flowers very well.
I gotta take him to a flower shop because I'm telling you.
I can just make
This
something
dude.
up, but I don't know.
Yeah. That's not.
And after it sat out for 10 minutes, it turned into a caramel bomb with a little bit of cinnamon.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure it's my first perfect nose of 4 or 5. 5.
Oh, can you count today?
Nope. So, yeah, 5.
Okay.
That's why I poured it.
What you got down there? Nope, that's a little stiffy.
That'll bring a tear to your eye.
Oh!
Ooh. Perfectly oaky. Still perfectly oaky. Wow.
See, I get nervous when I do these higher proof ones because he knows it's higher proof.
I do.
And it makes me nervous.
A little mint sticks around. As well as strong vanilla. That's not going away.
I'm trying to read him to see if he knows what he's tasting. I think he
It's
does.
a little briny. In like the savory way in the back by the tonsils. Not sure if that's because of my slight sore throat.
Okay.
But I don't really have the sore throat right now, and I still feel it like right here. I like it a lot. It's a little peppery, pretty sweet. I had to knock it down a 0.5. I think if the mint wasn't in there, I do get caramel on it too. If the caramel was much stronger on the taste and the mint was a little less, I would give it a 10. But I gave it a 9.5. I had to find something to knock it down on.
Oh, okay. Tell me about that finish.
The mint sticks around all the way through. It's weird. The oak gives way to a long-lasting char in a great way too. Feels like a unaltered or slightly altered bourbon. So I'm thinking barrel proof or barrel entry proof, something along that lines. Barrel strength. They all have this slight different meaning, but I think it's one of those. medium to long finish. I'm leaning more toward the long. And I actually get a hug on this one. A little bit of hug. I don't get that much lately. I don't know if it's because I drink daily. But I get this on that. But the mouthfeel is perfect. It's pretty thick. Not really thick. Peppery, sweet, oaky, and perfect viscous. That's what I had on there. So I get a little cinnamon on there too.
That's interesting.
I give it a 4.5 out of 5.
Okay.
I found something to knock it down because that mint is a little weird all the way through.
Mm.
I don't mind it on the nose a little bit because I can think about it and then I can like put it in the back of my mind and look for other stuff. Right. But in the taste, it just kind of sticks there the whole time.
Yeah. How about the look?
It's nice. It's got some
legs.
Ooh, it's got some floaties in there.
You got beard floaties in there?
No.
Oh, okay.
There's looks like char and wood or something.
Ew.
I actually like drinking whiskeys like that, so that tells me it's a barrel proof. I think, ooh, that's a lot. That's a lot of floaties. I love it. Elijah Craig is one that I look at that always has a ton of char in the bottom. And that last pour.
Bottom of the barrel.
That last pour that I get of Elijah Craig, I always have all that char and I drink it. It's the best glass of the whole bottle. Well, the look, I gave it a 2.25 because it's a nice, deep amber color. Almost brown. It's so dark.
Yeah, it is dark.
The legs. I don't know what I wrote. Can't read it. But it looks very thick. It's got this line all the way around it.
Yeah, not beads. There's a line.
There's a line with, and then eventually you get some streams, and then they just stay there. And all the streams, it's like art.
Guesses?
I didn't do the score yet. 2.25.
You did.
I didn't say that.
Oh, okay. Well.
Guesses. I had 3 guesses. I crossed one off because it was higher proof than I thought that one was. So I had either Little Book or Stagg Jr. Leaning towards Stagg Jr. And I'm leaning more towards Stagg Jr. because of the char. I don't think Little Book would have that. Maybe it does. Killed my bottle.
That was maybe it's the bottom of the barrel joke.
I don't like seeing that one empty.
This kid has been bitching and complaining. You never did Stagg. I want to do Stagg.
I left that much in there.
This little bit in there. And I'm like, why don't you just finish that? Because you still haven't done a review for me. And I finally got one.
This one, Whiskey of the Year, but not this batch.
Yeah.
For Whiskey Advocate, I think it was.
Mm-hmm. And it does say unfiltered on there. FYI.
I did know that Stagg Jr. and Stagg are both barrel proof and unfiltered, so.
Okay.
The char definitely makes sense in this one.
So. Can
I rate the bottle first?
Oh, sure.
Oh. I do like the bottle. I like anything outdoors like. I like the short, fat bottle, thick base, nice neck. Look at my scores so I can add it up. Not much to take out. I scored this really well. Mm-hmm. I'm going to give the bottle a 2. Okay. It's not perfect. So that would bring it up to a 93, which ties it for first all time of my reviews. Elmer T. Lee was number 93 also, but that brings it to the leader of this year.
Whoo, Nelly. Okie doke. So a little bit about Stagg Jr.
63.2% alcohol, 126.4 proof, which would bring it to batch. What number is that?
10.
Batch 10 in the fall of.
What?
When was this one released?
This one was released in the spring of 2018.
I bought this in the middle of 2019. I'm not sure why he got that shipped a year later.
So this is mash bill number 1 from Buffalo Trace. If you know anything about Buffalo Trace, they don't disclose a whole lot. So mash bill 1 is speculated to be 75% corn, 10% rye, and 15% barley. Stagg was introduced in the fall of 2013. And
Stagg Jr. was.
I'm sorry, Stagg Jr.
George T. Stagg was around longer than that.
So Stagg Jr. was introduced in the fall of 2013. It is not known how many barrels go into each batch. However, they release 2 batches a year.
There is quite a bit of bottles, but we don't get it in Michigan very often.
No, we don't.
It's the only bottle I've ever seen here.
Yeah.
Sadly.
So, interesting thing. Another one of our favorites, E.H. Taylor, plays into Stagg. So, E.H. Taylor and George T. Stagg were best friends.
I'm pretty sure they didn't like each other, actually.
They ran a distillery together. It was E.H. Taylor's distillery. And in 1878, E.H. Taylor ran into financial trouble and had to, unfortunately, sell to George T. Stagg.
And he ran into that trouble because he was worried about having top-of-the-line equipment, top-of-the-line processes, the best juice that you can get at that time.
Right. So
he
also
was part of the Bottle and Bond Act.
Right. He's worried about the top-end quality of everything, which ultimately came to his demise. So in 1878, Stagg bought it from him, and then in 1904, it changed its name to Stagg. There's not a whole lot known about George T. Stagg, so I can't really tell you a whole lot. Stagg is said to be the barrel-proof version of a Buffalo Trace or an Eagle Rare. A lot of people see that way because George T. Stagg is 15 years, and it's very... We haven't had it yet, unfortunately. We're hoping we find some soon. But, so they say that George T. Stagg is so hearty and luscious, and it has such great flavors, and it's smooth and it's lovely. And this is like its ugly stepson, that like it's got a punch in every and it has those flavors, but it's just a lot more kickier. It's got a lot more of that proof to it. It's got a lot more pizzazz.
I got some thoughts on everything you just said. As for being a barrel-proof Buffalo Trace or Eagle Rare, definitely not Eagle Rare. Eagle Rare is aged longer than this.
Yeah.
That's 10 years. Buffalo Trace, I definitely agree for the most part that it's a barrel-proof Buffalo Trace. A little bit older than that. But Stagg is taken from certain parts of the warehouse.
Right.
So that kind of gets rid of that theory.
That's why they said it's the evil stepson.
Kind of.
There's just a lot of people have their own opinions on it.
I really want to try George T. Stagg because as much as I love this, am I going to love the more oaky, older version?
We'll find out hopefully soon. And then just something else that I thought was kind of interesting was that through Prohibition, Stagg kept his rights to bottle alcohol, not whiskey or bourbon, alcohol, for the war. So this is known to be and said to be, air quote, the longest running distillery in the world because they ran through Prohibition. So for how long it's been running, and it's continuously, so the longest continuously ran distillery.
That was the old Taylor distillery, which they did shut down in like the 80s.
But that's
a little discrepancy in that, because the old Taylor distillery did get shut down and bought by Castle and Key, and they restored it.
That's not this distillery, though.
Oh, yeah. You're thinking Buffalo Trace. My bad.
Yeah,
you're right.
This was finally sold in 1992 and is now Buffalo Trace. So, Buffalo Trace, huge BTAC,
Buffalo Trace
got their fingers in every single pie possible.
Not the biggest Buffalo Trace distillery fan. I like going for the littler guys, but they do make some good stuff.
Yes. So it's an interesting story behind it. We love the history behind bottles. We love all that stuff. So it was kind of interesting reading up on this one and getting some notes. But I'm happy that you scored it high because I was really nervous giving this to him because I was like, he's going to think it's something and it's not. And
Smaller when it opens up. It's a caramel bomb.
It smells like Chewy Werthers. Like those vanilla caramels. Oh, man. So definitely if you guys see this out, you're probably not, but if you do, definitely grab it. It's worth it.
Have it on the shelf.
It's good. I'm hoping we can find another bottle. We've got high hopes. If you guys know some low-key spots, let us know. We're going to be driving down to Florida in February, so I'm hoping we find some cool stuff, but we'll see.
There you have it.
There you have it. So that wraps up this review. Leave a comment if you have tried this whiskey and let us know what you thought. Please like and share us to social media, subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to leave a suggestion for our next review. Thanks for watching.